welcome back to the channel. I hope that you are having a good one. Although if you're a Star Wars fan, you might not be. Because Lord and Miller, the two directors for the Han Solo standalone film that is due out in 11 months and still has 3 weeks of primary photography left to do, are being replaced. Citing creative differences, says both Lord Miller and Kennedy. Lord Miller being the directors, Kathleen Kennedy being the head of Lucasfilm. And I wanted to talk about that. So I guess let's hop right into it. Let's start off with the speculation on exactly what happened. Honestly, I'm going to apply Occam's razor because I'm never going to know what happened. You guys are never going to know what happened with this whole thing. You thought that we got very little behind the scenes material for Rogue One. We ain't getting none. We are not getting a single bit of behind the scenes documentaries or info about the Han Solo film because of this issue. But, so, like I said, I'm going to apply Occam's razor. My opinion is that, let's draw a little bit of a comparison to Rogue One. I think that Gareth Edwards made Rogue One. Lucasfilm looked at Rogue One and said, okay, tweak this, that, and the other thing. And we're also going to give you Tony Gilroy, in his case, to fix some of the things that we have issues with. And Gareth Edwards said, sure. Whereas with the Han Solo film, Lord Miller came to Kathleen Kennedy and Lucasfilm and said, this is the movie we made. And Lucasfilm did the same thing and said, okay, we just want to tweak this thing and that thing and this thing. And we're going to give you this person to do it. And Lord Miller said no, as opposed to Gareth Edwards, yes. That's my opinion. There's going to be lots of different rumors and anonymous sources citing friction in between Lord Miller and Kasdan, and Kasdan and Lord Miller and Kathleen Kennedy and this random production assistant. You know, there's going to be crazy amounts of speculation. Now, I don't think that it's necessarily the story, whereas Rogue One, I think that it might have been the story of Rogue One that got messed with. Everybody's been praising the Han Solo script and main story plot. Obviously never announcing or publicly discussing it necessarily, but definitely saying, no, this is the best script that I've read since Empire, whatever. I've been saying that all the time with this new renaissance of Star Wars. But anyways, I think that the main issue that Lord Miller had is that they make really goofy movies. You know, they made 21 and 22 Jump Street. They made the Lego movie. They made Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Make really goofy, fun comedies. And so I'm guessing that it's mainly the tone. Maybe not the story, but definitely the tone of the entire film. That's what I think is the issue here. So now that we've talked about the speculation, that's my opinion. That's how I think anything changed. Let's talk about how to react to this as a fan, because my Lord Almighty Ashla, Twitter is a dumpster fire right now. Reddit is a dumpster fire. My Facebook groups are all, they're not even dumpster fires. They're full-blown tire fires, like tire pile fires. Say that 5 times fast. Tire pile fires. Tire. I want to say tile pyre fires. Anyways. The point is that the whole fandom is burning to the ground over this news. And I get it. I'm concerned too. My expectations for the Han Solo film are currently on fire in a ditch. Same as many people's expectations and hopes and aspirations for what the Han Solo film could be is gone. Then, you know, they're burning in a ditch somewhere. And honestly, I didn't enjoy Rogue One. I really didn't enjoy Rogue One. I haven't learned to love Rogue One yet. And I lived through it. It is what it is. It's part of canon. I didn't enjoy it. Meh, whatever. And a lot of my problems with Rogue One is that it wasn't what I wanted. You know, that typical nerd, fanboyish complaint. It wasn't what I was expecting, and it's not what I wanted. Now, I don't have any expectations. Like I said, they're burned in a ditch somewhere. Whatever. Now I can go into the movie theater in May of 2018, in 11 months, and not care. Expect a crap movie out of this Han Solo film because of this change in direction. And hopefully I'll be pleasantly surprised. Even if it's just a mediocre film, it'll still surpass my expectations. So for me at least, this, while it sucks, because then that means that I'm expecting this movie to be bad now. Oh well. I will hopefully be mediocrely surprised by it, I guess is what I'm trying to say with that. Now, again, to compare this situation with the Rogue One situation with all the reshoots and all that craziness that happened last year, this is a little bit different. I think that the Rogue One reshoots had a lot to do with story, as opposed to tone. And also they never pulled Gareth Edwards. They just allowed Tony Gilroy to go in and oversee the 6 or 8 weeks worth of reshoots. Plus, they had to replace the composer really late in the game. And okay, that I get that, but and whereas with this film, with this Han Solo film, I think that it has a lot to do with the tone. So like I said, this isn't necessarily apples to apples, but if you really enjoyed Rogue One, you can still have hope in this Han Solo film. Rogue One had a massive series of obstacles that it had to go over in order to become the film that you enjoyed. So I feel that if you enjoyed Rogue One, you still have a good reason to enjoy Han Solo or expect good things from Han Solo. Now let's talk about the rumored directors. Again, a lot of these are just mainly people throwing out hypotheses, in my opinion. I haven't seen any sort of real evidence to point to any of these new directors that could end up taking over. But I just wanted to give you guys a list of who everybody's talking about on Twitter and Reddit and Facebook and on all the websites like Star Wars Underworld and probably Making Star Wars and a couple of other different publications. Right now, we're sitting with Ron Howard, who directed films like Willow, Apollo 13. I think he did 127 Hours. For some reason, something's telling me that he did 28 Days Later too. I'm not sure if that's right, but I do know that Ron Howard does have a massive difference in. He does have a massive range as a director. I mean, even if you just look at the 2 confirmed ones that I know he did, which is Apollo 13 and Willow, those are 2 completely different movies. And so I think that Ron Howard could pull it off, but I don't. If I recall correctly, I don't think Ron Howard has ever done a kind of pseudo comedy western, which is what everybody's been saying the Han Solo film is meant to be, or what Lucasfilm wants it to be. So I'd be okay with Ron Howard. Honestly, I'd be okay with all 3 of these that I'm about to list. The second one that I'd like to see, and that a lot of people are mentioning, is Lawrence Kasdan. He was one of the screenwriters for this film. He has tons and tons of experience in the business. I think that he could do, and he's already been involved in the production for a very, very long time, since the writing of the script, since conceptualization of this entire idea, this entire story idea with this young Han Solo film. So I think that him taking over would make a lot of sense. And I'm, again, perfectly okay with that. The only one that I'm kind of iffy on, but I'm still okay with, would be Joe Johnston, who did Captain America, The First Avenger, and a couple of other movies. He's very good at making good popcorn movies, in my opinion, which is okay with me. I mean, I don't need every single Star Wars film to be a emotionally hard-hitting, mythologically, powered monolith of pop culture. It just needs to be a popcorn movie and entertaining. And I could easily see Joe Johnston pulling that off. So I guess conclusion time is, I don't know what happened. I don't think I'm ever going to find out what happened, and I don't think that the majority of the fan base is going to find out what happened with this whole Miller and Ward and Kennedy and Kasdan soap opera, whatever, that everybody's either inventing or actually did happen. I don't think we're ever going to find out what happened there, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. And I personally, now that my expectations are in a gutter, I can sit down in 11 months to enjoy Han Solo for what it is. And even if you can still have good expectations because they've done this before and made Rogue One into a good film, at least a good film for you. So, yeah, I guess that's all I've got to really say about this. But I would love to know your guys' opinions. I've already had a couple of different discussions with people over on Twitter, and I'd love to have conversations with you guys down in the comments below. Also, please hit like on this video if you enjoy this. That tells me that I'm making good content. And please hit subscribe if you're new here and you enjoy it and want more of it. Let's see here, what else? Oh, plugs, because I'm an amateur content creator, and I remember how to do plugs. Twitter at SW Ramblings, Twitch at SW Ramblings as well, where we live stream every Wednesday morning and Sunday evening. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a wonderful one. I look forward to having a conversation with you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. May the Force be with you.